What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome to New York Liberty Fan TV. It's your boy Rem, aka Ken NY Sports. Thank you for tapping in. What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing all right. Welcome to New York Liberty Fan TV. Hope you guys hear me loud and clear. I am shooting a podcast episode right now, but I decided to go live just to tap in with you guys real quick. Thank you for tapping in and joining New York Liberty Fan TV. Do you guys hear me? Hey, Joe. Rafiq, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing? I'm excited. I'm super excited. First off, I don't even know what to say, but 15 days away from New York Liberty basketball. 15 days away from New York Liberty basketball. As this recording comes out, it will be 14 days because this recording will come out tomorrow. But like I said, I'm going live for the Instagram fans, just for the Instagram people, because we're missing Liberty coverage and we need some more Liberty coverage, and definitely want to get as much content going as possible. But I'm here to talk about training camp, and a training camp just kicked off this past Sunday. Training camp will be from April 28th to May 13th, and we have some fun things in between. But before I do so, I want to start this off with immense gratitude, just straight up gratitude to the New York Liberty organization. First, I want to start off with GM Jonathan Kolb and the head of PR, Brian Flannery, for the opportunity to actually get the media passes to go in and just see a different perspective, to actually interview them. This is my first ever training camp, and the most important thing to me is to just bring you guys great content, great footage. So bear with me. Like I said, I'm extremely new to this, but I'm gonna continue producing as much content as I can for you guys. If there are any questions that you guys want to hear me ask any of the players, please let me know. I will be back at training camp again tomorrow. I missed out today, but we definitely were there for that first day of training camp. My next shout out of gratitude, it goes to the fans, because obviously without you guys, this doesn't exist. The support along the way. Joe, you're right there. You were one of the first people to just reach out. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. And all of the messages from everybody, there's just been a lot of support. I want you guys to know that this is just a small sample size. I'm not taking this as a win, but I'm extremely grateful and excited for this opportunity, and just putting a little bit more pressure on myself, knowing that I got to stay consistent. I got to turn it up even more just to make sure that we're getting you guys as much content as possible, and keeping the New York Liberty just is relevant in everybody's platforms, because like I said, the WNBA is growing. New York Liberty basketball continues to grow. We're a huge part of the growth of the WNBA. You think about what we did last year as an organization, one of the most historic seasons ever. But when you think about what we did with the viewership, what we did during the playoffs and the finals, what we did with the season ticket sales, we can't take a step back. We got to take it up another notch. So I'm looking forward to see where this organization goes, where the fans take it. Because I asked Coach Sandy Brondello about culture and setting culture and what kind of culture she's looking to set. And I loved her answer, where it was just like, you know what, that kind of falls back on the players, because the players set the culture, we set the culture, and we bring that environment. And us as fans, I want us to set the culture in Barclays Center, where it's like, other teams are scared to come and see us. They know the energy that New York brings, and they're scared to see us, and we protect home court as we did throughout the whole season last season. It just ultimately fell short in the end, but just remember that it's a fresh squad that got together, and there's a lot more progress. But I want to get into training camp a little bit. Well, actually, before I get into training camp, I do have to congratulate Candace Parker. She did announce her retirement, and I've been so busy this weekend, I didn't get a chance to just shout her out and congratulate her. And if most people know, Candace Parker is my favorite basketball player, my favorite women's basketball player of all time that is not a Liberty player. What she did for the game is just an immense stamp that she's going to leave in the game. So Just want to shout out Candace Parker. We sincerely appreciate you for everything that you have done in this league, and just excited. I'm gonna run this back real quick because I just realized I wasn't even hitting record for the pod. So you guys see me live, you know, just making all errors. So you guys see me going through the way. So we'll talk about this. We'll laugh about this in the long run and everything like that. But yeah, again, congratulations to Candace Parker and the success that she's had in the WNBA and just in basketball in general. Because if you guys listen to the show, you know I don't like to segregate women's and men's. Basketball is basketball. Sports are sports. There are some really amazing people who know how to play these sports, and they do it at a high level. So there's not because a guy or a girl, this person's better than it's basketball. Okay, so you know, Candace Parker, she's made a stamp on the game, and huge impact. I'm excited to see it. But again, this is all about New York Liberty Fan TV. This is all about Liberty. We'll talk about that. I do have a question here. Did Sabrina give Clark any shoe design advice? I don't know, but that is a good question. Jenny, I appreciate you for asking that, because maybe if I get an opportunity, I will ask Sabrina that tomorrow at training camp after practice. But I think that's a great question and something to point out. Sabrina is actually Caitlin Clark's current favorite player of active players. Obviously, Caitlin Clark expresses how much of a Maya Moore fan she is, but of the active players, Sabrina Ionescu is the one, and you could kind of see how she's mirrored her game to kind of reflect Sabrina's. They are both really good three-point shooters. They both can rebound well at the guard position. They both distribute well, so looking to see those first two matchups in that home opener. It's probably going to be sold out. It's going to be a crazy one, but amazing. But if you just tapped in, if you just tuned in, this is a live episode. I'm shooting the podcast. As you know, New York Liberty Fan TV, we do have a website. We do have a podcast now that is available on Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music. I'm trying to get it on Apple Music. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I'm a one-man show, but we will get there. But definitely appreciate all of you guys and the support and everything like that. So this episode is a live recording of that, and I'm just taking you guys in real quick just to talk to y'all, because I know we want to talk about Liberty basketball. We are patiently waiting. There's about 14 days left till the season open. And you know it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be another historic season. As I said, the training camp dates are from April 28th to May 13th. On May 4th, I'm hoping to see you guys there, because I will definitely be in attendance. Is that open practice for the fans? Because like I said, this page is about the Liberty, but it's for the fans. And you know how we did last season, all the interviews, all the fun, everything that we had. I'm looking to repeat that and bring it up a notch even more this year. I got some trivia for you guys too, so that's going to be real fun. But open practice, May 4th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm open to the fans. Looking forward to that. And in between training camp, we have 2 preseason games. We got a preseason game Tuesday, May 7th at Chicago, and the next one will be Thursday, May 9th at Connecticut. Who will be the backup point guard to Sloot and Sabrina, or do we shift things around? So hey Joe, that's a good question. The backup point guard, it's up at large right now, to be honest with you. But one of my key takeaways, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, because I wanted to speak a little bit about, each of the players. But my key takeaways in that backup and off the bench is Marquisha Davis. Marquisha Davis is, oh my gosh. If you guys went on YouTube to go check out Marquisha Davis highlights, and oh my gosh, that's what I'm speechless. I'm literally speechless just watching Marquisha Davis play basketball. It is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. She's really good. I made the mistake of looking at highlights, and I was just like, oh, she reminds me of Benijah. And I said to myself, yeah, she reminds me of Benijah, but with better ball handle. And then I got a chance to interview her, and was speaking to her about who she mirrors her game after, and then she goes, Kalia effing Copper, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I'm a Kalia Copper fan. If most of you know how much of a Courtney Vandersloot fan I am, a Candace Parker fan I am, so I was riding with the Chicago Sky during their championship run, and happy to see them do it. So, just speaking of Kalia Copper, the way that she plays basketball, I was watching like the protege. I was watching the second coming of Kalia Copper. It like crazy. Her ball handling skills are amazing. The way that her mid-range game, super pure. I'm excited to watch more Marquisha Davis, and hoping that she makes the team. I'm not, gonna jump the gun, and because obviously we don't know what the roster is gonna look like, but knowing that MJ is out this season, having a firepower like Marquisha Davis off the bench, I'm telling you, she's really amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Hold on one second. I'm just looking at. Oh yes, pretty sure Dokic is going to fill that role. Dokic definitely looks to fill that role as well. Yeah, she's coming over late. There's going to be a few people coming over late, and that's why I'm just like, yo, how are they going to do this? Because this roster is so deep. I looked at how competitive these first 2 days were, but we got to remember Ivana Dokic is not there. Leonie Febic is not there. Niara Sabali is not there. Stephanie Mawali's not there, so that's another position at guard where it's like, yo, there's so much competition. And then need I remind you, Sabrina and Sloot, those two are amazing ball handlers. Then you have the ball handling coming off the bench. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And I want to look at this team because there are 18 players to the training camp roster. 14 of those players are standing at least 6 feet tall. 6 of those players are at least 6'4" and taller. And the thing about that is all of them play multiple positions. Minus JJ. Well, JJ could play some power forward, but all of them play and defend multiple positions. I think that's super, super like. I want to just talk about Esmeri Martinez real quick because I know a lot of people want to, have a lot of hype surrounded around Esmeri Martinez. She does it all. Like she said in her interview, she does it all, and she's looking to show that to the team. On day 1 of training camp, she was on Courtney Vandersloot's team. The biggest thing that I saw with Esmeri Martinez that I love, not only is she a great teammate, not only is she always smiling, her energy's happy and everything like that, but there were a couple of times that I saw switches where she actually switched off and ended up on the perimeter, defending the guards on the perimeter. Oh my gosh. Like, that's all I'm telling you, I'm at a loss for words with these rookies because they seem so mature. The way that they play the game, the way that they carry themselves. Amazing. But Esmeri Martinez, I love her game. I love the way that she's a team first player. She's defense first. And I'm telling you guys, like, about the Caitlin Clark fever and everything that's going on. To me, it would behoove the New York Liberty to make sure that there's a spot for Esmeri Martinez on this team because she's going to bring that effect. And I'm not saying that she's CC, but in terms of what she does for the Dominican culture and the Latin American culture in Barclays Center in New York City, and being the firstborn Dominican player to be drafted to the WNBA is going to be amazing. That's going to be amazing for the business in the New York Liberty, amazing for the stadium, for the crowd, how much the fans were, like the fans were behind the players. So I think Esmeri Martinez being on this team would be one of the best things ever, just for the culture around the organization, and also building that chemistry and camaraderie. Like I said, she's the ultimate team player, the ultimate team player. What's up, Liberty FM Pod? What is up? The WNBA should really think about 15 players per roster. Rookies picked by Liberty like Martinez deserve a spot. And Absolutely, absolutely. They really do. I always say this about the 15. Actually, me and Jess, we spoke about this the other day in the DMs. 100%. That 15 players on a roster. That's the only way. I think that's one of the, not the only way, but that's definitely one of the ways to get more people to be a part of teams. But when you think about that roster spot, those 15 extra roster spots, that is also extra money that those teams have to spend that not all of them really have. So, it's difficult. It's difficult to say like, yo, you know what? Let's add these extra roster spots. We're trying to add an extra team. So adding that extra team, I think that's a great thing. That's a great start. But for real, Liberty FM Pod, Jess, Jen, sorry about that. I'm telling you guys, I 100% agree with you. I want to see more roster spots. I want to see more teams. I want to see the salary cap go up. But we're at the beginning. We're at the start of that because at the end of the day, the meal ticket is here. Caitlin Clark, the meal ticket is here. Say what you want to say about that girl. I know that there's a lot of different, mixed perspectives, but I'm so excited and happy for her. Happy that she's here. Everything that she has done, she has worked for it. Everything that she's getting, she deserves. So you ain't gonna get no shade or hate on this side for Caitlin Clark, because at the end of the day, I love what she's doing. I love her as a player. And there's not, I really just truly love what these people are doing for the game. And I love what she's doing for the game. I love how Indiana's embracing her. I love how her teammates are embracing her. And just protect her at all costs, because I believe that she is one of the keys. She's not the key, but she is one of the keys that will help us, take the WNBA to the next level. Now, with that said, everybody who's been here before, I want to prepare you. I want to prepare you for everything that's going to transpire as the WNBA continues to grow and get its growth. The numbers and the prices are going to start changing. So if you're not a season ticket holder, if you're not grandfathered in, start saving your pennies now, start saving up now, and just getting ready, because we have to support them. We definitely have to support the same way that the NBA is getting the support. We have to support the WNBA. We have to support our teams, and we have to keep on screaming from the rooftops like, yo, like, come on, we have to keep supporting these ladies. We want to see their contracts get better. We want to see the distribution. We want to see players getting their jersey sales. We want to see them getting commission from that. So, just continue with that. Okay, let's see. Damian says he's very concerned about the upcoming roster for the 2024 season. Still thinks the Liberty should have picked Nika Mule or Charisma Osborne to be the future. Oh, man, Damian, that's a huge miss, man. That's a huge miss. I don't even want to go too much on that, but that's a huge miss. We got exactly what we needed with the pick, and I think you should really just sit down with that one and just enjoy the show, because Marquisha Davis, everybody has their thoughts and opinions, but at the end of the day, the front organization, they get paid to make these decisions. And this decision that they made, it was an amazing decision. It was really an amazing decision. And it's not just myself or, fans talking about it. When people talk about Marquisha Davis, when interviewing the coaching staff, interviewing the players that are going up against her, interviewing I don't want to say his name, but I was actually going back and forth with one of the practice players from that team, and him talking about how special Marquisha Davis is, somebody who's going at it with them on a day-to-day basis. I'm gonna take their word over it, and I'm gonna look at the body of work that she's done thus far. So, definitely take some time and get to know them, because they are definitely. They are definitely, appreciate you, Joe. They are definitely coming and bring that noise this season. The New York Liberty are no joke, guys. They are no joke. This roster's real deal. In my interview with Coach Brondello, like I said, I asked about the team culture. I asked about the off season, and she spoke about just the need of a lot of what the fans were concerned about last year was perimeter defense and things of that nature. And before like we go too deep into the perimeter defense aspect and the rebounding aspect of things, I just want to remind everybody that the New York Liberty were top 3 defensive teams. Top 3 defensive teams, okay? At one point, they were number 1. They dropped a little bit, but they top 3 defensive teams. Top 2 offensive teams, not number 2. Number 1 in assists. Number 1 in three-point shooting. Like, we did that for the entire season. Like, the New York Liberty, one of the best defensive seasons. We had almost the defensive player of the year. Breanna Stewart arguably could have been MVP and defensive player of the year. With what she did, especially with her defensive win shares, until Asia Wilson just came and kind of edged her out by like 0.1%. So, you know, just think about that. We have a really, really good defensive team. But you guys pretty much bullied our front office into, you know, being defense first this offseason. And they definitely did that. They went with a defense first approach. And I loved everything about that defensive first approach because that's what we needed. The core five of Courtney Vandersloot, Sabrina Ionescu, Benijah Laney, Jonquel Jones, and Breanna Stewart is returning for a second season. I think that's pretty big deal. That's pretty big deal. And then you're gonna round it out with players like Kayla Thornton, and you know we'll see who makes the roster. We'll see who makes the roster because I don't want to start blurting out names. We will see who makes that roster. But yes, Esmeri Martinez. Yes, we got to keep screaming Esmeri Martinez name through the rooftops. Keep showing that girl love, as much love as possible. Let her know the support is there, that the fans support her, and that we rooting for her. Let her know that she got to go in and put in as much work so she hears her name at the end of the day. Because I want to see Esmeri on this roster just as much as anybody else. And yes, KT is so clutch. I will never forget KT's performance in the Commissioner's Cup in Las Vegas, what she did defensively and what she did with those big 3 balls. So clutch. Absolutely. Damian hopes Benijah Laney wins Defensive Player of the Year. That would be cool. We'll see. But honestly, the individual awards, that was cool last season. That was cool last season. But this season is all about the championship. Honestly, we did the Commissioner's Cup thing already. We got that. That was cool. That was awesome. But I don't think these guys are too crazy about individual awards this year. It's really about the championship. If you look at individual accolades, let's not forget Courtney Vandersloot is set to pass Sue Bird this year in assists. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know when it will be, but yeah, it'll be good. I think because you have a lot of players that play in Europe, those recruits are going under the radar, but they're really good. Our bench was very thin last year, so it's improvement. I 100% agree with you, Liberty FM Pod, because we were a little thin last season. And to be honest with you, most of our firepower came from MJ. And when you're speaking about the offensive side of things, when you're looking at players like Stephanie Dawson and KT's defense first. We're not looking for KT to be offensive minded, but we want her to knock down open shots. But we didn't really have that much offensive firepower off the bench. Big Mama Steph, she's a center, but she can shoot, she can stretch the floor. But, you know, it's a little bit difficult to keep up with some of the quicker forwards and switch offs with guards. So this time around, the versatility is just, it's really outstanding. It's really outstanding. Again, the wingspans on this team, the multiple positions that are able that these players play it's great. Looking at somebody like we were speaking about the overseas players, Leonie Fibic. Leonie Fibic has not stepped foot in, but Leonie Fibic is like a forward that could be a center, but can also shoot like a guard, and it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm so super hyped. Dope. You Jackie Young play. That's the only place Aces play. Surprisingly, I really like all the Aces players. I just don't like Las Vegas. I don't like what they're about. But I like I'm a huge Asia Wilson fan. I think she's great for the game. I think she's one of the best players ever to touch a basketball. Chelsea Gray, she's a phenomenal point guard. Jackie Young, another phenomenal player. Alicia Clark, she's another person who is very ambidextrous, like Benijah Laney. But I like them. I just hate their organization and where they reside. But we're not talking about that other team. This is New York Liberty Fan TV. No, none of that. Those other people talk. I don't even want to say that the team name. Okay, I don't even want to say their name because we have work to do. We have unfinished business. We have unfinished business, and they are the literal reason why we did not have a parade in Brooklyn last year. But I'm still super positive that our chances are very up there. We're contenders. We have the returning roster. We have that returning core back. It's super exciting. It's super exciting. I saw Breanna Stewart on, I think she was on CNBC for the stock draft. Stewie does so much, like just in general in the community. I don't know how she finds the time. But I saw her on the stock draft, and one of her picks was DraftKings, and she dropped a gem. And she's like, "How could you not bet on the Liberty with pretty much betting at an all-time high? How could you not bet on the Liberty?" And like, really, come on. I'm not a betting man, but if I was, I'd put my money on the Liberty this season because I think we have something here. We really have something here. Looking at this roster real quick, I told you about the length, the versatility, and everything. But let's talk about the experience. Yeah, she definitely ate her rookie, Joe. She had him. She had him. Let's talk about the experience real quick. Courtney Vandersloot is the elder stateswoman on this team, 13 years in this league. Then you have Kayla Thornton and Benijah Laney next with 8 years. You got Jonquel Jones and Stewie with 7 years. Sabrina with 4 years in the league. You got Niara and Dokic with 1 year in the league, entering their sophomore season. And then the rest, all you see is R's. All you see are R's. But those R's, those rookies, are either fifth-year players that played overseas, players that have that experience. I didn't even speak about Kennedy Burke. Oh, my gosh, Kennedy Burke. Amazing player, amazing player. But just to think about the sacrifices that she had to make to come here to decide New York, to trust our organization, trust Jonathan Kolb, to come here, like, this is real deal. This is a French MVP over in that league. And we talk about overseas and everything like that, but the women's basketball overseas is highly respected. Their games are highly competitive. Those stadiums, those arenas that they play in, those are real deal. Those are not like the stadiums and arenas around here. Like, selling out Barclays is different from, selling out Germany, France, Australia, and places like that. So going in uncharted territories, places that you're not from, and, going to do what you love, but also against passionate people and passionate fans, I like that because these players are battle tested. These players have something different in them. I like that we have players from 7 different countries on this team. It reminds me of the Spurs, and that the type of organization that is. Something that I always say about championship organizations is it's really not just the players. It's really something from top to bottom, from everyone to equipment managers. So, I give the Liberty nothing but credit, especially what this organization has done since coming to Brooklyn 2020. The efforts, the relevancy, just staying relevant, the community efforts. It's really dope, man, and excited to be a part of this franchise, this fan base. This fan base is one of the best fan bases ever. Like, it's almost kind of like a family orientation. Like, I can't forget last year, all of the support that, I obviously got from you guys, but then it got on a deeper level where we're speaking about, people reaching out to make sure my dad's okay. And, vice versa. I have other people, just been checking on people and stuff like that. And that's really the Liberty way, the way that this organization and the fan base is something different. It's truly, like, I don't have the words for it. But I'm super excited for this upcoming 2024 season. It felt like forever, but as the days get closer and closer, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm just counting and counting, and just waiting to see this thing kick off. But 1 second, let's see. Damien has another thing. Damien is very like he's on it, man. He says what he feels about the Liberty. He don't hold back. The Liberty, last time I checked, lost in the finals for the 5th time. And if they were to make the finals again, then it will be their 6th time. So Sabrina Ionescu needs to show up and show out. Look, man, I need a little bit more positivity from you, Damien. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know if y'all know, but I try to keep things positive on this show as much as possible. But I don't know if you guys know, winning a championship is not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. It's really not. If it was something that was easy to do, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of teams and a lot of players that would have done everything in their power to do so. But to just remind you guys that this team was just put together last year. Prior to that, the last finals appearance was 2002. We lost, boo-hoo, okay? We lost, big deal, but we are still contenders. So, I can't take the complaining. I can't take the complaints. I'll be completely honest with you. Just wait. Just watch and wait. Let it all play out. Because the best thing to do in these situations are to be positive. We watched how the Golden State Warriors came about. We watch how some of these guys, we talk about super teams, and a super team literally in the NBA. Did you see what the Phoenix Suns just did? That super team, they got swept. They got their asses kicked. They're gone. They're going to Cancun right now. So it's like, thank you. Continuity is so underrated. We look at these NBA teams and these franchises trying to, chase championships, and what Jonathan Kolb and Co. did was not try to cheat the system. They put together a formidable roster. He was the first GM in WNBA history to get 3 former All-Stars to sign to the roster as free agents. And to do that, make it to the finals your first year, and then continue to have that continuity, like, we have to think about the fact that those contracts end into 2026, minus Stewie and Courtney Vandersloot. But there's continuity with Jonquel Jones' contract, with Sabrina's contract, with Benijah Laney's contract. Then I want to speak to you guys about Rebecca Gardner, because everybody's like, oh, Jonathan Kolb, he signed somebody injured. First of all, she's not taking up a roster spot. Second of all, guys, Rebecca Gardner was a highly coveted player all before that injury that she got, right? So she gets injured. Jonathan Kolb makes the call to get Rebecca Gardner to New York City. What does New York City have that no other city has? HSS, the Hospital of Special Surgery, where all athletes come to get their surgeries and do their recovery process. Not only did we get Rebecca Gardner, not lose a roster spot, but I want to remind people of what happens next year. Next year, when the Golden State Warriors or Warriorettes come, we're going to lose a player, guys. We're going to lose a player from our roster. One of those players that we love as New York Liberty fans, we are going to lose one of those players from our roster because they will be drafted by Golden State. Now, the rule, I don't know how many players will be untouchable. There will be some untouchable rules, untouchable players from that, but there are players who won't be untouchable. Rebecca Gardner might be one of those players. We might not ever see Rebecca Gardner in a New York Liberty uniform, play in a New York Liberty uniform. But one thing I'll tell you is that move by Jonathan and Cole was such an elite move, because you have to think about, they are thinking about the future right there. They think about the future and security. So if we do lose a player that we love, we still have a Rebecca Gardner there to fill in, or vice versa. So I think that we have to really be patient. We have to be extremely patient with what the front organization is doing. And then remember that this is a long season. It's an extended season. We have not only the All-Star break, but we have the Olympic break. So we have to kind of be patient with this. Like, we have to be patient. We have 11 players. We have an open roster spot.
He's good. Yeah, he's really good, and he came from the NBA front office, so his background, he's real deal, man. And I've gotten a chance to speak to him, and some of the stuff, like it really amazing work with what that front organization is doing. And I even think about last year when Kia Stokes was interviewed from the Aces, and obviously she was on this team, and she kind of highlighted like, yo, he's been speaking about this for years, and to finally see it come into fruition. I love that. That was one of my favorite interviews. So I think we have to be really patient. We have to be patient and just watch how things play out and enjoy the show. Because a couple years ago, we were in Connecticut. Before that, we wasn't winning games. We was like it was all over the place. Like, let's not forget how this organization, how this team was treated in that other stadium. So, like, I'm just saying, it's. We got a lot to do, but this organization has been doing great work thus far. Yes, exactly. And later on for an Olympian to join the team. And I'm telling you, he has a lot in the work. So this will be it's going to be a great season. Damien, unfortunately, this is not on your time, buddy. It's not on your time. It is not on your time, because if we was talking about that, then I'd say the same thing about my Knicks and all of that stuff. We are not on your time, buddy. That sounds like a personal problem. I'm happy that you are almost 40, because not many of us that look like us get to see those ages and stuff like that. So I'm super happy for that, man, and bless you, like super excited for that. But it's not on your time. the struggle, Liberty FM pod, the struggle of being a New York sports fan it's real deal. Apologies, guys. I'm getting a little sweaty. All the lights are killing me. But yeah, the struggle of being a New York sports fan is super real. Like it's real. I'm telling you. Like and you see the jerseys back there. It's Liberty. It's Giants. It's the Knicks. You can't see my Yankees. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. It's super real. And I'm so excited to go around the stadium and ask you guys the question that I've asked you guys all year last year. Of all the professional teams in New York City, who will bring the next championship to NYC? So I'm excited for that. Except Gotham FC, yeah, they doing their thing. Yes, some of them did share with me what they worked on in the off season, but I didn't really ask that, because I did ask not most of the players. I spoke to Benijah Laney, Sabrina Ionescu, and Brianna Stewart about what they were working on in the off season. And just to break down a little bit, obviously Sabrina was working a lot more on the defense, still stroking the basketball. Stewie was working on a lot of isolations, one-on-ones. And sliding her feet. Benijah Laney, she just wants to be more of a 3-level scorer. Like I said, Benijah does it all, but she wants to be a 3-level scorer. Joe, you know what's so funny too? But Benijah was like my crush, but she's not my crush anymore, because one, I'm married. Two, she's also married to Jordan Hamilton. But Benijah Laney, yeah, she's an amazing person. I love her energy, her swagger. She's awesome. She's awesome. May 4th, their questions will be answered. We'll see. May 4th, I don't think we'll know the cuts yet. That's another question. Ash, I know who yours is. I think the whole Liberty fan base knows who your crush is, Ash. We already know JJ's off limits to anybody when it comes to Ash. But yeah, I love it. Your wife's crush is Natasha Cloud. Thank you, Liberty FM pod. I love it. Yeah. This is so cool, man. I appreciate all of these fans. Look at y'all, everybody's connecting and just talking about their crushes, and I can't even get too deep into that. You know, I don't want to be in a doghouse or Well, you know what? Actually, I could speak about my crush because my wife's crush is Klay Thompson from the Warriors, and I could say that. I could say that. I'll say that. You know. So everybody got a crush. You see that? You see, and you spelled his name wrong. Look at you. You spelled his name wrong. That's not your crush. I would never spell Benaja Laney's name wrong. Do you want Ivana Jokic, Leonie Fibich, and Jessica Carter on the roster? Honestly, Damian, I want them all on the roster, to be honest with you, but I know that's impossible. Ivana Jokic, I think that she would be really helpful for this roster. Leonie Fibich, I want her on this roster absolutely, unequivocally, hands down. Jessica Carter, if you look at Jessica Carter's highlights in college and what she's done as a player, she's 6'5". She's big. She's defensive. She averaged a double-double. And like 2 blocks a game. I think that's huge. Great, like I said, it was all defense first this off season. So I don't know. I don't know what the roster is going to look like, but I can tell you, whatever the final roster is at the end, I'm probably going to be in love with it. To be honest with you, because all the players I saw, the intensity that I saw, it's real deal. It's real deal. So I think it was good. I need a second real quick because all these lights are killing me real quick and it's hot. It's a little hot. How did y'all do today? It felt like a real summer day today. 80-something degrees and it's going to be the same tomorrow. Looking forward to that. I will be at training camp day 3 tomorrow, and they get a break on Wednesday. They're back at it Thursday and Friday, and I think they will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I think they will be heading. I think they probably have a travel day so that they could start going to Chicago for that preseason game. So that should be dope. That should be really dope. We'll see. We'll see exactly how that transpires. But let me see. Was there anything else that I wanted to talk about? Anything else that you guys want to talk about before we go? As I did tell you, I am shooting the podcast right now. So my key takeaways from this is that this roster is deep. Like, this roster is deep. It's real deal. And we're going to see a lot. It's going to be a competition in the end to see who makes this roster. A lot going on. Talk to me, y'all. If y'all got anything else, anybody can anybody just go on and watch them condition? Not just anybody. It has to be media. Like I was saying earlier, I was fortunate enough to, speak. I will get the scoop for y'all, Joe. But I was fortunate enough to speak to the New York Liberty front office in the organization. I spoke to PR, and yeah, they were really receptive of what we've been doing so far with New York Liberty Fan TV. And I've just been doing my research. I've been talking to a lot of media personnel throughout this whole season. Some have been really good conversations. Some have been conversations that led me on. Other conversations were just like, but one thing about me is I'm always going to keep my head down and try my best no matter what. One thing that I will say is that I appreciate everybody that, like all the people, the media people who either helped me or didn't help me or, just led me in the wrong direction, because that happened a couple times. No matter what, I'm going to keep pushing. I respect y'all at a high level. I respect what y'all doing in y'all media space. So I'm coming to your space respectfully and just trying to learn as much as I can, just so, I don't step on anybody's toes, but I also, just learn and grow with the WNBA. And that's all I want to do. And I just want to make sure I'm having fun while I do this. I want to make sure we're having fun as fans. I want to make sure the players are having fun. One of the biggest things when I'm doing the interviews, I don't like to make it all generic. I want to see the players smile, because one thing we forget about is the humanity. They're not just basketball players. They are they're people. They're humans. They have families and stuff like that. So, just think about the humanity side of things and just make them feel good. Am I going to have credentials for the whole season? God willing, I hope so. I definitely did already do my credential process. And unfortunately, I won't know until like the day before a game whether or not I have the credentials or not. But it's really tough. It's gonna be tough, especially this year, especially that home opener. Everybody's gonna be trying to get in, but I welcome that, and I hope it continues to be that way because it just means more eyes are on basketball, more eyes on the New York Liberty, and we'll see where that goes. It is not easy to join into a closed media circle, but like I said, I'm not really like looking to join anybody's circles or anything like that. We are the circle. We are the circle. New York Liberty Fan TV. This is our circle with what we do. Like, there's so many awesome New York Liberty fans out there. I do this. We have everybody who sees Liberty FM Pod. If you're not already familiar with the deal, please go tap in. Hit that link in their bio. That's a whole nother New York Liberty podcast. Then you have Seafoam Army. Those guys, what they do, they don't have a podcast, but what they do with bringing the attention to the New York Liberty, like, we need more of that. One thing that I always talk about is, like, I'm a Knicks fan. If you type in Knicks on Twitter and everything like that, you'll see a million Knicks pages and everything coming up and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, where's the New York Liberty? The New York Liberty literally were the best team in New York City in all sports. New York City, they were the best team. And that's let me not say that because I don't want to discredit the New York Wolves, the women's professional tackle football team, the New York Wolves, who are amazing. They had undefeated back-to-back seasons and won a championship. But the ladies have been holding it down in New York City for so long, and the coverage has been like so minimal. So we need more of that coverage. And like I said, I want to see more New York Liberty fan pages just going crazy as the Knicks pages do. Like, so that's how it is. That's how it is. So, but this is a great start. I love the growth. I love where we're going with things, and we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue to grow. I don't know how long I've been on. I do have a lot of stuff to get to, a lot of stuff to get done. I got work tomorrow too, so it's gonna be a fun one. Editing and doing everything like that. I got a bunch of more interviews to drop on YouTube, and like that's what it is. It really will. Brandon, you're not saying anything that's like, it's obvious. It's a Knicks town. That's cool. But I'm telling y'all, we are going to be a Liberty town really soon. Really soon. That's what it is. It's already a Liberty town, as a matter of fact. It is already a Liberty town, but you already know the deal. But guys, I thank you guys so much for your time. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Tomorrow's going to be another amazing day of training camp, another competitive day. If you have any questions that you want me to ask any players, I won't lie to you and say I'll ask them all. But if you want to DM me any question, I will ask the best and most respectful questions to the Liberty players. And tomorrow is just going to be another day. I want to make it as fun as possible for them. And just we have to keep turning that energy up. But again, this is New York Liberty Fan TV. It's your boy Rem, aka Ken NY Sports. Thank you guys so much. And peace, y'all. I will see y'all and let y'all know when this episode drops on either Spotify, Apple, and all that good stuff. But New York Liberty basketball preseason starts on May 7th and May 9th, where we play the Chicago Sky and the Connecticut Sun. Let's go. Peace, y'all. Have a good night.